Today, El Turco is officially live. And if you've been on Instagram lately, you've probably seen Movistar Plus posting it nonstop. So in this video, I'm going to break down what's happening right now, why the promo push is so intense, and the one thing everyone keeps asking: where can you actually watch it without getting tricked by fake links or shady free stream pages? Stick with me because I'll keep this spoiler-free super clear. And if you want fast updates whenever something big drops for John Yaman, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright, let's talk about what's really going on. When a major platform starts posting the same title again and again, that's not them being bored. That's strategy. They're telling you, this is the moment. And release day momentum matters more than people realize. The first 24 to 48 hours is when a show either becomes a conversation or quietly disappears into the endless scroll. So the fact that Movistar Plus is pushing El Turco hard is already a signal. It means they're treating this like an event. They want casual viewers to notice it. They want fans to feel like they're part of a big drop. And they want the algorithm to do what it always does: amplify whatever people react to. And here's the thing: El Turco is built for reaction. Even if someone doesn't know John Yaman at all, the title alone triggers curiosity. El Turco. Who is that? What kind of story is it? Why is it being promoted so aggressively? People click because they want context. And once people click, the platform wins. Now if you're a fan, you already understand why this is exciting. But if you're not a fan or you're new to John Yaman, here's why this release is different from a random show appearing on a platform. A lot of releases are quiet. They show up in a catalog, maybe get one post, and that's it. But when a platform keeps posting, it's because they're chasing something bigger: cultural momentum. They want El Turco to be one of those titles that people mention in group chats, in comments, on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts. They want it to become the thing you keep seeing. That's why you'll notice the promo is repetitive. It's not because they ran out of ideas. It's because repetition creates familiarity. And familiarity creates clicks. So yes, Movistar posting again and again is actually the point. Now, the number one question people ask the second a show drops is simple: where can I watch it? And I want to address that carefully because this is where confusion turns into scams. Here's the reality: availability is not always the same in every country. One region might have it on one platform today, another region might get it later, and another region might have it through a totally different service because licensing deals vary. That's why you'll see people arguing online like, "It's available." "No, it's not. I can't find it." And all three of those people might be telling the truth based on where they live. And scammers love that confusion. Because the moment people can't find something quickly, they get impatient. They click the first link someone drops in the comments. They trust a random "watch here" page. They download something they shouldn't. They hand over data they shouldn't. So let me be very clear. Release day is the worst day to trust random links. If you want the safest way to check where El Turco is available for you, do it like this. Go to the official platform that's promoting it and search the title directly inside the app or website. If you don't see it, don't panic and don't click comment links. Check official accounts for your region, check legitimate entertainment news pages in your country, and look for an official distributor announcement. That's the clean way. That's the safe way. And it takes a minute longer, but it saves you from a headache. Now let's talk about the bigger story here. Why is Movistar Plus pushing El Turco so hard? There are a few reasons, and they all connect to how streaming works in 2026. First, the streaming market is brutal. Platforms are fighting for attention every day. It's not enough to have content. You need content people talk about. You need content that travels beyond your platform into social media. That's why platforms push certain titles like crazy. They're not just selling a show, they're trying to create a trend. Second, El Turco has international energy. It's the kind of title that can attract viewers beyond one country because it's not just a local show. The branding, the name, and the star power make it feel bigger. And whenever a platform believes something can travel internationally, they invest more in the promotion. Third, release day performance matters for future decisions. Platforms watch the numbers. They watch completion rates. They watch whether people binge or drop it after one episode. They watch whether people rewatch scenes. They watch whether comments are positive or negative. And yes, they watch whether people are searching for the title. So if Movistar Plus sees strong engagement, it's a win not only for the show but for the entire rollout strategy. Now, if you've followed John Yaman for a while, you know he has something that's rare in entertainment. He creates conversation. People react to him. They debate him. They support him. They criticize him. But they don't ignore him. And in the attention economy, that's power. Because the algorithm doesn't care if you love something or hate something. It only cares if you react. Cares if you comment. Cares if you watch. Cares if you share. That's why a title like El Turco can explode if the timing is right. And right now, the timing looks very intentional. Now, let's stay spoiler-free and talk about what viewers can expect from El Turco in terms of vibe. Just from how it's being presented. The title, the promo style, the serious tone. This doesn't feel like a light background show. Feels like something that wants you to pay attention. Something with intensity. Something with identity, conflict, and atmosphere. And that matters because people often go into a show with the wrong expectation. If you expect one thing and you get another, you might drop it too early. So here's the best way to approach it. Go in expecting a story that wants to build a world, not just throw action at you. Expect character energy, cultural tension, and a narrative that takes itself seriously. And if you're watching for John Yaman, expect him to carry presence, because that's what he does. Even in a single frame, he knows how to own the moment. And if you're new to him, here's what you'll notice. He has a physical style of acting. He uses body language, stillness, intensity, and that don't look away stare that makes viewers lean in. Now, this is where fans and casual viewers sometimes clash. Fans want to celebrate every second. Casual viewers want to judge fast. And that's why the first episode is critical. Because episode 1 is the handshake. It's the first impression. It's the "do I trust this story?" moment. So if you're watching tonight, here's a simple spoiler-free way to decide if it's your kind of show. Ask yourself 3 questions while watching episode 1. Do I like the atmosphere? Do I care about the main character? Do I want to know what happens next? If 2 of those are yes, you'll probably binge. If all 3 are yes, you'll definitely binge. Now let's talk about the social media side because this is another reason Movistar is pushing so hard. When platforms promote aggressively, they're hoping fans will do the second half of the job for free. They want reactions. They want edits. They want clip discussions. They want "this scene was insane" posts. They want "I didn't expect this" tweets. They want TikTok and Shorts to carry the title. And fans are already doing it. The problem is, when fans get excited, some people start posting spoilers instantly, and that can ruin discovery. Because new viewers see spoilers and lose motivation to start. So if you're a fan and you want this show to grow, the smartest thing you can do in the first day is post spoiler-free hype. Things like, "This is intense. John is unreal in this. The visuals are insane. I'm on episode 2 already. This feels like an event." You're not giving anything away, but you're building curiosity. That's how you help momentum without killing the experience. Now, I want to address another thing people often misunderstand about heavy promotion. Some people see nonstop promo and say, they're desperate. Others see it and say, this must be huge. The truth is simpler. Promotion is a decision. Platforms don't spam because they're emotional. They spam because the numbers say it works. Repetition increases clicks. It increases recall. It increases search interest. It increases the chance that someone who ignored the first post will click on the 5th post. And when the title is already triggering curiosity, repetition becomes a multiplier. That's why your feed feels like El Turco everywhere. Now let's go back to the where to watch topic in a way that's actually helpful without turning this into a boring technical guide. If you're in Spain and Movistar Plus is the one pushing it, you already know where it is. The question is mostly for everyone outside Spain, because international fans want to follow at the same time. Here's what you should remember. Different countries can have different platforms. Different countries can have different release dates. Even the show's listing can look different depending on language or catalog setup. So if you can't find it instantly, it doesn't automatically mean you're blocked forever. Sometimes the simplest explanation is, it's not on your region's platform yet, or it's on a different service. And again, this is where patience saves you from scams. Now, I'm going to be honest, part of the reason this release feels intense is because the John Yaman fanbase is global. That global fanbase is what makes platforms take these titles seriously. Because a normal local show might have local buzz. But a show with a global fanbase can create global buzz. And global buzz is valuable. It attracts new subscriptions. It attracts press coverage. It attracts curiosity viewers who don't want to be left out. So if you're watching this rollout thinking, this is bigger than I expected, that's because it is bigger than a typical release. Now let's talk about what you can do as a viewer to make the experience better, especially if you plan to binge. First, don't rush the first episode. Let it set the tone. People sometimes binge so fast they don't absorb the world. If the show is atmospheric, you'll enjoy it more if you let the first episode breathe. Second, avoid comment sections if you hate spoilers. Release day comment sections are war zones. People post spoilers like it's a sport. Third, if you're watching with friends, agree on a rule. No spoilers in chats until everyone finishes episode 1. Because episode 1 is the foundation. And fourth, if you love it, leave a legitimate rating and a legitimate comment in the official platform ecosystem. Platforms track that. Engagement inside the platform matters. Now, a lot of you will ask, is it worth starting tonight? Here's my spoiler-free answer. If you're interested in intense storytelling, strong presence from the lead, and a show that feels like it has something to prove, then yes, it's worth starting. If you want light comedy background vibes, you might not vibe with it the same way. But if you're here for John Yaman, then you already know you're starting. Let's be real. Now I also want to talk about why people are calling this a moment. Because releases like this create a shared experience. Fans watching at the same time, posting reactions, seeing official promos flood the feed, and feeling like they're part of a live conversation. That's rare now, because streaming usually destroys the everyone watching together feeling. But a strong promo push brings it back. It makes it feel like a premiere, even if it's streaming. And that's why the energy is high. Now, I'm going to say something that might sound simple, but it matters. If you watch El Turco and you like it, say it out loud. Because the internet is always loud when people dislike something, but weirdly quiet when people enjoy something. And platforms respond to loudness. They respond to conversation. So if you're enjoying it, post a spoiler-free reaction. It helps the show, and it helps the chances of stronger global distribution. Now, we also have to talk about the John Yaman factor. Whether you see him as a star, an actor, a celebrity, or a controversy magnet, he's undeniably magnetic on screen. That's why platforms can build promotion around him. They can put his face in the promo and know it will trigger reaction. They can drop a teaser and know it will get comments. And a platform like Movistar Plus doesn't push titles lightly. If they're pushing, they believe the content can perform. So the question is no longer, is it out? Because yes, it's out in the promoted region. The real question is, how big will the conversation become? Will it stay inside the fanbase, or will it break outside and pull casual viewers in? That's what we'll watch over the next few days. Because if casual viewers start watching and sharing reactions, the title becomes bigger than the fandom. That's when the algorithm truly takes over. Now, if you're watching this video and you haven't started El Turco yet, here's the best way to go into it. Don't watch expecting perfection in the first 5 minutes. Watch expecting the show to build a mood. Give the first episode a fair chance to set the rules of its world. And watch with the mindset of, let's see what this story is trying to be. Because the difference between loving a show and dropping a show is often expectation. Now, I want to wrap this up with something simple and interactive, without turning it into a geography exercise. If you've already watched El Turco, tell me this in the comments. How did you like it? No spoilers. Just your honest vibe. Did it hook you? Did it surprise you? Did it meet your expectations? And if you want, rate episode 1 from 1 to 10. Again, no spoilers, just a number. And if you haven't watched yet but you're planning to, comment starting tonight or starting this weekend, because I want to see how many of you are jumping in right now while the hype is peaking. If you want more fast updates about John Yaman and everything happening around El Turco, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.